Learning the more that you are going to visit presentation that was done many years ago. The line of consideration. Going to talk about two subjects. Physical racism. Sexism. Racism. So how it started and how it's going to be restored. So we have to draw this line, this restoration of sexism, about racism. Start the story of Noah. So we can go to Genesis. Genesis verse 9, chapter 9, verse 1.
Genesis 9. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders, and joined backwards and covered the nakedness of the father, and their faces were backward, and saw not the father's nakedness. And now I continue. 25. And he said, cast with Haman, a servant of servants, that he be, and it was very
So nani anaweza tupea brief history ya imefanyika before Canada, before Noah akasami.
Yes, so Haman had intersex with his man. And that in itself was a form of was seen as trying to take over the headship of the family. So that's why he was cast.
So now it's going to be cast. This is who is son, then comes very patriarchs and prophets, 81:10.
The posterity of Canaan descended to the most degrading forms of heathenism. Though the prophetic curse had doomed them to slavery, the doom was withheld for centuries. God bore with their impiety and corruption until they passed the limits of divine forbearance. Then they were dispossessed and became bondmen to the descendants of Shem and Japheth.
So, the first place by slavery, the descendants of descendants of Japheth and Shem. So, the story of Noah, witnesses. The descendants of Canaan are going to be slaves to descendants of Ham, Shem and Japheth. So the next list at when the Genesis 17 to 3. Genesis 17 to 12. That's the story of Abraham.
And Abraham took Ishmael, his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were bought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskin in the self-same day as God had said unto him.
Abraham pia kuna slaves.
The same verse. And Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were bought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskin in the self-same day, as God had said unto him.
So tunaona that Abraham kuna ila kuna once ya basi boki. Tunaona that Abraham is a slave. Ndio. The story of Abraham. So we will be the story of Moses like prophet. That is Leviticus 25. Verse 45 to 6.
If they gather the work semi-cloth and fallen in the thee, then thou shalt not. Yeah, thou give your strangers is the land of the changing in the take thou and the you may please or insist, but fear the Lord, but their brother in the morning. Take thou, uh, thou shalt not give him thy money according usually, nor lend him thy victuals. I am the Lord's reward, which is going to be for our land of Egypt to give him the land of Canaan and the Lord. And if thy brother, and if thy brother that dwelleth by thee works in poor and soul, unto thee thou shalt not invite to serve thy brother, but as a hired servant, and as a sojourner he shall be in thee, and shall serve thee unto the end. And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return. For they are my servants which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt, they shall not be sold as bondmen.
So there's another that there's a difference between the Israelites are treating the bondsmen, the people who are not Israelites treated as slaves. Probably we see that Israelites is a period of time when there's a war, and then the time Kisha and the families. But we put this when it comes to the Israelites. And then in the story of Moses, we can go to the story of Kings. First Kings 22. So again, you can read First Kings 22. The children of Israel did Solomon left no bondmen, that they were made walk with the servants and his princes and his captains and his lads and his chariots and his horsemen. It's First Kings
Chapter
9, 22. I said for him. I agree. The children that were left after them in the land, whom the children of Israel were not able utterly to destroy, God those with Solomon lay the attribute of God's service unto this day. But the children of Israel
did Solomon make no bondmen, but they were men of war, and his servants, and his princes, and his captains, and the rulers of his chariots, and his horsemen.
Solomon and but these practices that is first Kings. First Kings 8:22 and now reading the story of Edomites. Can you read us a short story of the story of Edomites? Tell us about the story of Edom. Yes.
Yeah, I think then this looked about Onesimus. He was a servant to Philemon.
The servant too?
Philemon. From Philemon and post the reputation of that when the cigarette skills from the master. Onesimus runs to fall so that Paul can persuade Philemon to be solved from him. So basically, I think that what it is all about.
Students. The time freely away. Then we don't have the Yes. Across the game to the country, that is see how this story of basically is going to be destroyed. We need about trace is going to be destroyed. And this in 1788 you can start with Ellen White, where Ellen White talks about slavery. You see, no? Yes. Yeah. Where can also know from yes. First,
Let me see.
Nipatie quotation ya 1SG. Okay, let's see. Yes.
Chapter 33
Chapter 33.
means minus 2.
So please, I'm reading the one into one paragraph one, it's the one you're listening from. It says that all heaven beholds with indignation, human beings, the workmanship reduced to the lowest depths of degradation and placed on a level with the good creation of the upper men. And professed followers of that dear Savior, whose compassion was ever moved as he witnessed human who, actively engaged in the enormous and previous sin, and still in slaves and souls of men. Angels have recorded it all, written in the book. The tears of the pious bondmen and bondwomen of fathers, mothers, and children, brothers and sisters are all broken up in heaven. Agony, human agony, is carried from place to place, and body and soul. God will restrain his anger, but a little longer. His anger burns against this nation, and especially against the rebellious bodies who have sanctioned and have themselves engaged in this terrible merchandise. Such injustice, such oppression, such sufferings, many professed followers of the weak and lowly Jesus can witness with heartless indifference, and many of them can live on deathful satisfaction. All this indescribable agony themselves, and yet dare to worship God. It is solemn mockery, and Satan exalts over it and reproaches Jesus and his angels with such inconsistency, saying, with hellish trap, such and Christ followers.
You can see here that the saying that slavery is sin. It's a sin to be. After that, we can come to the activity is there. Can see the cigarettes we put making books, basically. So, you can see some kind of person in the community. Fighting for cigarettes, people are fighting for against slavery and against racism. And then we need to come to our time, then of the day. This is in the universe. You can see we do have once enough within the in 1798, this thing of slavery and racism is seen racism being turned around. Think of this. Any comments? Revisions.
So this is just an observation. So the first part, before second of the modern Israel, you can see that the contention is really on God's people against the rest of the world. So once you're not in God's side, you are cast. Kama yo brother Hashem. How? Yeah. Amata came here were against God, and then they were cast to some type of. So that's that. That's me. I'm seeing. I don't feel the season in the first part. And after I'm seeing that the thing about slavery, racism, that this being the blacks, the white, like colored versus. So that's what I'm observing, and I'm trying to have like that. Racism. Some of that in a certain come up with how is racism on this part.
The next is the gender sexism. So where we find first inequality, sexism, the class that is the sink, and then it's going to be is a task that is given. Eve is going to submit to Adam. Then we can go to the study about and green. This is open to Abraham and the covenant, but can read Genesis 17. Verse 11.
It reads, and God said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generation. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. And what? That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant with me and you.
You can see that the covenant really is made and then every man child.
What?
The story of Moses. Exodus 18 to 7.
Yes. 28 months. And take thou unto thee Aaron, thy brother, and the sons of him from among the children of Israel, of him in minister and the priest's office, even Aaron, Nathan, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, and then Aaron's son.
That was to read that. And then their sons are taken to minister. To the ministers, like priests. There's only 12 priests. I need to review the history of the school of the prophets. And then we go back.
The further provision was made for the destruction of the dam and the establishment of the schools in the province. If I knew the right to touch the financial traits of the one as well as seek wisdom abound, that he might become a teacher of wisdom, these schools were often to begin with. The schools of the prophets were founded by some of the against the widespread violence to provide for the moral and spiritual welfare of the youth and to promote the future prosperity of the nation by punishing it with many qualified paths of God as leaders and counselors. In the accomplishment of this subject, someone gathered called companies of young men who are pious, intelligent, and serious. These were called the sons of the prophets, and they communed with God and studied his word and his works, wisdom from above and according to their natural knowledge. The instructors were men not only well versed in the Bible, but those who had themselves enjoyed vision with God and had received the special endowment of the Spirit. They enjoyed the respect and confidence of people, both for learning and piety.
Looking at the school of prophets in the study document. Next to it. That you can see also that the kings of Israel, in the sea. This is kings of the kings, but it's not the family. efficiency by
It says wives submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto God. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as the head is the church, and he is the savior.
once I can submission, the husband is our time of hands and intelligent and see how this gas is being lost. What God does in this time, katika isili this type of settlement because what can we see on 17 going forward? Example.
Yeah, I think God intentionally makes a woman a visible in the church.
Going forward, for example, there's someone who wants to meet president. So, I see that. in progress in others. Visions, comments.
You might externally, yeah, so I was studying, yeah, yes. Then the priest doesn't care. Yes. Yeah, then. When you compare this history, only there one priest. Now when you come to the priest level, we know we are the center of the priest. So you can have then women anyone.
So this is showing restoration based on the line of racism and sexism. I was thinking in, let's say, other spheres of life, where we are in, where there is someone who is supposed to submit, there's someone who is a leader. You don't have to submit, but there's a way in which someone has a servant, a more of a servant role or an assistant role, and the other one is the leader or the director or the head that entity. Is that is there a problem when we have hierarchy? Is hierarchy inherently wrong, or is there a place, a rightful place for hierarchy? Yeah, is it wrong, or is it yeah, or not? Yeah.
It's a question.
It's a question.
Visions, comments.
A concerning system where you have marked in the sessions white to submit. When I was trying to follow that line, I was doing excuses with covenant. So I don't think when we read in the New Testament, you can see a change of covenant. God is entering through baptism, covenant and covenant. I was trying to remember the verse.
Yes, it changes.
Yeah. If you can't see what is happening, you want to see the progression of the animal. So maybe something think somewhere in the two parts or matching where there's baptism of covenant, God entering the covenant.
So, myself, refer to you.
I want to answer this question where the question is the hierarchy inherently wrong? For me, I don't think hierarchy is wrong. That all of us have to do not have to be on the same, especially in works and space of employment. For that structure is important for the delegation purposes and for productive. But then I would like to know the principle that God is trying to put when we read Leviticus 25, that then if you are in a superior position, how do you treat the people that are working beneath you? You need to work with them with dignity and know that they are human beings like you. It's only that you have that kind of power because maybe of your job or education or that kind of stuff. So for me, I would say that hierarchy is not bad, but how we treat them that are above and below us is what is questionable. If you treat them like they are less of a human being, or and you treat them like they are equal like you, is only that you have privilege that does not, that you need to use it for the advantage of the society. Same of my I'm not here as a school. I'm 19. The family. And we have hierarchy in the family.
Yeah, but kind of hierarchy with respect. Because I don't see how people can judge you.
The order for children.
So, but maybe the question will be, where is this hierarchy coming in the family, and what is the need of it? You see, like in our work environments, someone has to be in charge, for things to, you're not all on the same level because you have different roles, which are, the roles themselves are hierarchical. Forget even about the people. The roles themselves are hierarchical. So of course, the people who live in those roles, there has to be hierarchy. So in the family, where is the hierarchy coming in?
In terms of ages.
Gladys anasema, is it in terms of age?
So nasema imekuwa shwari.
Ndo hao wanajikomentia hapa. Watuambie kwa sauti.
So I also mentioned, and from saying the first introduction of sex as a salvation, and I think that is what I guess was the inequality that was introduced to me. And that's what I mean. That's why I always find something complex, because you come to Paul and Paul says, wife submit to your husband, says submit to one another. So first he starts by suggesting that the best way to live, I guess, is to submit to one another. And I'm thinking, he's saying that even with respect to hierarchy, so you might be saying the organizer and then you have assistants. I'm thinking the more of submitting one to one, like one to another, also in that financial model. I don't know how. I think the idea is to like say the idea of maintaining respect and respecting the role or the position which we in. So submitting one to another and knowing that whatever, like, it doesn't really matter. But there is that submission on that hand. So maybe the answer can think the desperation was not necessarily about hierarchy, but about the submission part. And that, so the problem was one person was trained to submit to one person. The reports that we know, and probably a restoration would be that everyone submits to each other. Because I mean, I guess there are instances on contexts that one need to submit to the other, and then other contexts that the other need to submit to the other. So there's no and like what sin was, that so only one gender submitting to everyone, and restoration of means everyone understands that anyone can submit to them, and that both are just no, that we must not have.
It is